Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're not disturbing me. It just changes things up. When somebody rings the bell, knocks on the door, I get a different idea and it changes things up. Things to do, always something to do. I'm going to do a series of videos on certain numbers for realities that they are. Okay. To start off this one will be on number 71. Okay, 71. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. Remember what the x and the plus do. Okay, remember what the x and the plus do. Your x will create the corners. Okay, they will cut through this area over here. These areas, okay, according to the way I see it, okay, on the roulette wheel, they will cut between 4 numbers. When you cut between 4 numbers or put a chip over here that connects these 4 numbers, okay, that is a payout of 8-1. So you get 88 and 88. Every time you go over a number, it's 35-1, 35, 35, 35. So you get 35 and 8, 35 and 8, and 35. So you see a single digit means that there are more than a certain amount chosen, creating that single digit. 4 creates the circle of the 1 chip. That is 8-1. 35 and 8 is 43. And 35, 53, 63, 70, 78. And 8 is 86. 96, 106, 116, 121. 35, 35, 35, 105. And 8, 113. And 8, 121. 11 times 11, 121. When you do it this way, it's the same thing, 121, 121, 242. It says the bad cat. But we're not going to reuse this one again. In fact, once you get a 4 chipper on here and a 4 chipper on here, if 4 comes out, you will get 8 twice. Once for this chip, once for that chip. So all these numbers become 2-1. So let's not regard them as these numbers, but it's always going to be 1, 4, and 7 because the next row above 7 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. That's the basic formality. When you're going this way, right, you're putting a chip in between the numbers. We have the same 35, 35, 35, 105, but here we get 17-1 and 17-1. That's 34 and 35, that's 69. So 69 is now on the cross. 69 and 69, 138, the spirit of the church. So we now know because of those numbers, it says the spirit on the church, 1111. Crisscrossing over 2 worlds, 911, 9 plus 2. Okay, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 56, and that's 11. This is 15. 11 and 15 creates the NK for the word nav. Add them up, 2604 says the dog. 4th planet, 26 is 8, 8 and 4 is Pluto, and we have Mars created as the 4th planet. 6 and 2 is the queen. The 2nd planet is Venus and Saturn. We connect Venus and Saturn. Venus and Saturn over here. Okay, 1 line. We're not going to put a chip in the middle. We'll put a chip right on it and a chip right on it because otherwise we go through the middle. We're connecting 3 and 5. Electric company. Also known, okay, as any craps. Although any craps is AC, right? For some reason, I think it's here in Montreal they do it. In French, it becomes EC. I'm going to have to look up to an American wheel and see if they also put EC for any craps, because any is not what an E, but they put EC for any craps, 3 and 5. How do you get that? 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. Whoosh. Right there. Plain and simple. Now, when we start to go for number 71, I don't know if I should hold it up this way and show you one at a time or just hold the camera down. I have 2 series of 71. I keep getting frustrated with my writing, and I hope I'm not too boring. And am I putting you to sleep? I know others don't put people to sleep, but it seems like my voice puts people to sleep. It's in my head, and it's been said by 1 or 2 people. I won't forget that. Okay, so in this area, we're going to work it here. 71, 71, all the way down added. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now remember, the second level of 71 is here, but the first one, A, okay, starts from inside the middle. You do not get out of the middle until you get to C. C is on this side, A is in the center, then C is on the other side. On the other side. Do you follow what I'm saying? If we had a circle, if we have this circle, let's say it's like this, we'd get A over here. Okay. A over here, these two are A, these two are B, okay, and these two are C. So we would start over here on this line, okay, we would make it to this line, we would get to this line, and the next one would be out. So we get A, B, this and this equals 142. It says bad. Here it says A, B, C, right? Beta creation, Mars and Earth. Here's Christ. When we put the wings, when you put the wings, right? When you put the wings on, I know I'm not doing this right because you cannot put the wings on properly with this area over here without doing this. So my question is, since it's a single area, you put X and X and you put a line in the center. The only way to get that line to find the center is by creating this X in the center. This X will create that line, and now you're on the cross between the two thieves because they stole the square, right? X gets the square. Remember, this is a circle. You connected the corners, and this is a square. 4 and 5. Exo equals 39. That is Saturn. That crosses over Hoover Dam because of Arizona. I work with the North American map more than anything. The total is 39, but in Roman numerals, this is a 10 next to a 0. So it says the 1010 world is 100. 3 by 13 is 39. 3 by 13 is 39. And once you get 13, you have to automatically know it's by. This equals to 29 plus 5, or plus or minus 5. Why? Because this design shows the I. This penetrating will now show the E, and now this over here will show the 3. So you're getting more than what you bargained for inside of this. And notice the way the arm in the center of the B does not expand as the same as the arm on the other side. It doesn't expand all the way. Well, I made this a little bit too high. So now when we do it this way, we get the short arm. Well, let me put it a little closer. The short arm of the E. The short arm of the E. So we have the 33 that comes. So anyways, we get the 14 creates DNA. This creates He. This creates two sides of the 7. In gematria, you count up to 7, down to 6. The 47 is now the cycle of the moon. It's the halfway. It is the gate. This is the cycle of the moon that runs through Jupiter in the gateway. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, which divides the worlds of 5 and 10, which 1 plus 0 equals 1. And now I'm going to take a linear vision that I'm going all the way through here. Or am I cutting this and stopping it and putting a door? All 1 zeros equal to 6. Add 6 to this. We now get 57, and that is the moon. And 57 stands for G and E. It is 3 by 19 and 3 by 25 to get 5775. It equals to 44 plus or minus equals to 6. That's 50 and 38. The Church of Her. Why is it the Church of Her? Because 50 equals the L. It also creates the word pink. 11 for the N, for the K, and 14 for the N equals 25. 25, 52 is the word Earth. 25 is letter Y. 5 is letter E. This is the letter B, right? But because it's the 11th letter, it is by key. It is now the key. It is the by key or the bypass. We add these all up, we get down to Earth. We repeat over here on the 10th one, 710. 639 shows up in this formation. 6, 3, and 9 is 18. 18 creates 9, the birth of the spirit of the half-life of beta. 62 is the queen. 21 is alpha beta. This is also 216 hours of the week, which is created when you add man on the 24th day. 240 for the one spirit. 9 birth for the 162. The difference between these two, okay, is 78, and that is your gateway. Where do I get all these numbers? 5 times 6 is 30, times 8 is 240. 6 by 3 is 18, by 9 is 90 and 72, 162. I can minus this for 151, or add it for 171 and repeat it as the gateway. This is Jupiter of the cycle, 2 and 8. spirit of the half-life. Again, this is another way to say the cycle. 4 by 7 is 28, but this one will create 11. 4 plus 7 is 11. And the two of them create Saturn connection. 20 and 19, S and T, the spirit, in Father's creation of the delta angle, G and E, between Mars, the fourth planet, and the sixth planet Saturn. Unless you switch this to low shoe, then you switch this line over here to Earthman, and 1-4 is DNA, and 1-7 is the split. 5 and 10, because when you pay with a penny, right, and they remove the penny, you get the spirit of 76, and 3 and 4, because any one of these numbers, the cashier is only going to ask you for a nickel. These numbers over here and these numbers here are the same. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The in-between numbers will take up part of each one. They share each other, right? When you share something, you have this here and you have this here. The only way to bring them equality together is to have 4, 9, 4. And that's Uranus, the number to Uranus. It creates 36 and 13, which is the expression of 63 moons on Jupiter. We haven't had a touchdown extra point yet. It's just an expression. And 13. 9 by 4 is 36. If we want to connect them together, right? If you notice it when I connected these together, because this is a large box, you see it. You know that little thing you're looking through the eye here and you see the picture at this end? That's what this creates. It goes from bigger to smaller to smaller. Again, why is this? You notice the way it goes up and then down, almost like a passage tunnel. Here's the passing angle right through the center. That's what this design does. And at the same time, you can probably come up with your pentagram in the center, the 5-star. So we come down over here on the last line in J, we get 17, and here we get 0. That's communication. When these two overlap, right, this area of 9 is one part, okay, is actually 8. And here, it's actually 8. So the reality is, okay, is it's 1, 7, 1. Because you're using 3 here, okay, and then in here to use this one, okay, you're using a total, here you're using 3 of 4. Here you're using 3 of 4. And over here you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're using 7 of 9. So when we see these expressions 1602 or 2016, and we see this expression 3 of 4, why this? Because 7 plus 9 is 16. 7 minus 9 is 2. 3 plus 4 is 7. Minus it is 1. Right away we get back to the same gateway numbers. So we were going to keep it at a short video. This gateway number that I showed you, I just want to show you in the game of craps. 4 and 10, 8 and 6, 5 and 9, they'll all add up to 14. When you take the number that's in between 6 and 8, okay, it becomes 2, 14, 2, 14, 2, 14, FBD, okay, feed, EFBEDE, feed Debbie. It seems like debit. Anyways, you add them, it becomes 16. You minus it, it becomes 12. Okay, the total is your 28 cycle, and P and L. Okay, LEP. You can also refer this as a shovel, or you count this as, in my language, it becomes a spade, because in pick, okay, in pick in French, or a needle, is also the spade in English. A spade is a shovel, and pelle is the word shovel. So now we have 8 and 6 are actually the opposite, because 3 and 3, 4 and 4 are opposite on the dice. 4 and 4 is 8, 3 and 3 is 6. You add them together, it's 24. This is 2 and 4, 1 and 9. This is your rotation. 2 and 4 is the cat. This is angel creation of the spirit, because there's 1 and 8 surrounding it. There's more other scenarios for 8, right? In this one, once this is created, this is 1 and 8. But once the other side is created, it now becomes 717. This becomes 3, and this becomes 4, Then it becomes 3, it becomes 1. Your AC/DC numbers come up in here. So let's go down the line. 410 is your communication. This is your outside. Your inside is who's communicating, and that's 6 and 8. 6 times 8 is 48. That is the sun. 6 plus 8 is 14, and 48 is 62. 48 minus 14. 6 times 8, I didn't do this. 6 times 8, and I should have, equals to 48. 6 plus 8 equals to 14. This equals to 62 and 34. This will say the DC queen, and boom, we get our 8 and our 7 into the first number. This one over here is 5 times 9, 5 plus 9 is 45. And 14, you get your DNA, the number to the fox inside the sun, the IT system. You minus it, you get altered current, and you get EIEIO, the clock on the farm. 90 is total. 28 is the less. 90 is your birth. 28 is the cycle of the dog, queen, and the moon. You want to run out the 410, this becomes your DNA in 4 and 10. It's a 2-to-1 payout. In the game of craps, it becomes 4 and 1, which will now create 4 and 5, which is 9 and 1. The 9 is your birth, the 1 is your spirit, 5 and 4 is inside the sun, 5 by 4 is 20 plus 9, and that equals to 29, and that is your birth. That is your BI, your buy on the piano. And I'm going to get to this eventually, but on the piano, okay, on the piano. I don't know where to mark this, and I already have it marked somewhere. We'll do it up here. But on the piano, your letters are this: 2, 9, 16, 23. In the Venus world, the 9 birth of the 1 spirit of the 6 man, okay, in the BC creation, from mouth to ass, because this is QBC, and in Quebec, okay, the word que is tail, okay, and bec is kiss, more or less kiss my ass. Hydro Quebec. Hydro, hydronate. Hydronate me, hydrogen, blow me up, make me big. So this is the video about 71. In my next video, I'll do 72, 73. In fact, you know what? Since we're here, stop the video and just let's continue on. I'm on a roll. Here's the basic of 73. I will find this somewhere else again. The first two 73s will create father of the red sun. 56, for some reason, is the red sun, because we're going to show you what 56 does, okay? We're going to put 56 and 54. We're going to put it at 21, or we're going to put it at 21 again. Then we're going to put it at 87. Okay, so this is what the next number does, 73. This is also the number to Nibiru. Okay, 73, and boom, 2 73s for 856. Nibiru is the red sun. Talking about a red dot, maybe we'll just have 173. Red is number 27. So we have 56. 5 and 4 creates the 10 world, which creates the 1 spirit. 5 and 6, 5 and 4, the other side of the sun, or another color in the sun. 21 and 56 minus or plus will create 47, separation of the gateway, telling us the 2 sides of the sun are the separation of the gateway. Add 1 to 6, it is the cube, it's the separation of the gateway of the cube inside. Boom. 8 and 7, the doorway between Mars, the 2 sides, getting from this side of the paper, from above to below. I'm still on the paper here, side to side. 56, 8 and 5 is 13, 7 and 6 is 13, 5 minus 1, 6 minus 2, 44, 44. Area space, the separation, the 2 area spaces. MasterCard, 2 sides of the dial. You ever see the MasterCard? They cut into each other, showing 3/4 moons. The next 73 is 39. And that's the number for CIEL in letters, but it's also the same number for Saturn. Saturn has the word sun in it, equaling to 54. 54 and 39 equals to 93. Saturn, Sun, Saturn. The next 73 will take me to the next level of numbers, okay, which will take me to 3 and 1, alternate current. 3 and 1 over here. Then it'll take me to, if I understand correctly here, 3 and 1. Then it takes me to 8 and 6. That's your communication. EF come together. Then you get 19, the spirit, the DC world. The next 73 takes you to the queen, inside H. Then it brings you to the gateway, 97, inside I. J is 73 again, and K starts everything over, 911. From here, the queen, over to 11 to the red sun. Now we go at number 74. We do the same thing. And there's more to this. There's more to this because there's an addition. When once we get to F, it's 5 by 735 electric company, any craps, and 5 by 3 is 15. Any craps in the vibration of 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4. 2 times 3 times 4 equals 24, the day of man, which is actually 144. Man is from 121 to 144 because it is the day of man. 1111, the DNA inside the sun. What are these numbers? When you reach day 6 of a 24-hour day, that means on the 121st hour, you're in the next day. We have to also understand there's a matrix time, which is between 96 minutes per hour. Also 90 minutes plus or minus 6, 90 equals 96. Why? Because 60 times, right? There's a cost to everything, right? Remember the center, whether it gets bigger or smaller, the record, size of the center and the spin is the same, right? Size and the spin is the same. So that means if I have a rock that's 10 miles long and it goes one time around, would that turn the whole rock around? Anyways, let's not get into that. So now we go to this one over here, the gateway. So 7 by 7 is 49, equals to the word green and equals to the word 8. Imagine 8 way, G8, T and E way. 7 times 3 is 21, gateway to the cube. 8 times 7 is 56, inside the sun. 8 by 3 is 24, the day of man. So everything is conjunction with each other. I becomes 9 by 7, 63, representing 6 by 3 creation of R. AH, R, the hare, the rabbit, communication. 9 times 3 is 27, creation inside the begatest world and the red sun. Why do I say it? Because that's exactly what I said, letter for letter. B is 2, E is 5. What they call it really, it's the BCE world. Something to do coming out of the north, not the North Pole, but north in Canada, Canada's pole. Russia has a North Pole, Canada has a North Pole. You ever see the way they're really pointing these two places? They're pointing this way. Although the cap, right? Although the cap, and nothing counts in the cap unless you have the thing at the top, and that's above the cap, because there's a pole going all the way through, but you don't see it. Can you see everything? No, you can't. So you don't see the energy, you don't see what's not there. And who says it's not, I mean, they put it on, you say, well, how can you spin it closed to lock it like a screw when it's round? You don't. You push it down through the hole, you put it down through the hole, right, like a butterfly nut, and then on top, you turn the cap like on my lamp. Like on my lamp. I mean, I wish I can let me show you my lamp. You see the lampshade, that thing in the center? You see the pole going down on each side? You don't see it. Could be covered by the rainbow. I don't know. Let me see if I can. We have to understand that the whole alphabet, the reverse alphabet, is 27 red. 13, 14, 12, 15, 14, 13. Man is inside of this one. 5 and 4 inside the sun. This one equals 27. 3 and 6 are the moons. And this one again, sun, moon inside sun. 7, 1 equals 8. 1, 4 equals 5. 5, 7 equals 2. 8 plus 1 is 9 birth. 4 plus 5 is 9 birth. 7 plus 2 is 9 birth. 7, 1, 5. Inside Mars is the gateway. 7 by 5 is 35. 1 and 2 any craps. The short way to go. Because in this world, everything is by threes. Everything is by threes because you have the right side of the bag, the back side of the bag, and you have in between all the books that go in between the bookshelves. It's pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple. So you end up with those numbers over here. 517, 852. Now 147, isn't that special? 147 found all by itself on this side of the keyboard. 258 is found in the center. 369 is found on the right. You think they're telling us a story? Everything has been cataloged. The word catalog and dogma, we went through it. I just want to go through it one more time because 3 and 1 is 4. Then we get a black. Then we get 1. Then we get 12. So we get 4 and 13. Black is the T. O is black. T and O is 35. Any crap, 20 and 15. Okay. And I just want to, I'm mixing things up because we have to remember we have to separate our syllables. We have to separate our add-ons. Is our word created from an add-on? We did 73, 72, 73, and 71. Now we're going to go over to 72. 72 and 72, which is inside the gateway and the other side of the sun, the red sun. We get 144, man's day of birth. 54, number to the sun. The next one here creates 154. Okay, that's in Montreal. That's the area code to Montreal. Hydro Canada, Hydro Quebec. 72 again is 216. That is the cube of man, and this is the 9 days of 24 hours inside the Mayan cycle. We get the next one to 288. We have completed the cube of man. Now we have to, although we created the ball, we need what's around the ball, the area space of protection for what's inside the ball. Have you ever bounced the ball and make it squish until it goes inside the ball? No, it usually will go flat, right? It won't go inside unless it's hit with a nail. Then there's questions anyways, but I don't want to get into that. The next 72 goes down to 18. The next, why is it 18? Because 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 2 is 4. At what point does this 2 turn over and become the next side? It turns over after the 5 2s equals to 1. 5, 7 equals 35 equals 8. In Venus, this 2 becomes a 1. This becomes the heaven. This becomes the heaven's angel. AH. Then the next level is where it's created, the 63 moons on Jupiter, and add them up. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 2 is 12. Inside 420 is 12 alpha beta, and the vibration inside Mars. We go to the next 72, we create the sun. 4 and 5, the IT system in the sun. We get to the next one. 8 by 7 is 56. 8 by 2 is 16, 57, 60, the year 2000, 2000. Inside the sun, after the inside the sun, the next one, we get the word red. Win a big red sun. Once you finish the moons of Jupiter and our sun, the foxhole in the sun, the orange sun, that's why I say foxhole in our sun, because reverse 45 equals to the word FOX. It's 39 and 6. OX, the Saturn sky inside the sun, boom. The red sun, boom. Jupiter, and then Jupiter back to 72 again. Win a big red sun, and we end it with 54. Win a big red sun, through the foxhole, we get a passage into 54, just the word sun. 7 times 7 times 7 is the gateway birth inside of Venus, and that's number 72. And I haven't even read a book to tell you that story, because those stories are basic layman interests. Your name is Jack, J-A-C-K. J is 10, 1, 0. A is 1. C is 3. Okay. K is 11, 1 and 1. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, Jack. A, B, C, but the second C, like on the piano, B is 2. B, okay, is 9. B is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Boom. 2, 7, 9, the first 3 letters. And why is that? Why is that? I'm going to have to show you, because you know what? I like to see myself. I can never find the pen. Okay. And we're going to do it this way. Very, very, very quick. Very, very, very quick. Very quick. $2,975. If I bring this into the 4 world, okay, if I bring this into the 1 world, okay, I end up with 8, 1, 3, 5. If I bring it into the 4 world, I end up with 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? I bring this into the 4 world. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 6 and 7 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring it into the B world. 12, 21, 23 creation. 23, 39 the sky. 48, 51 is Mars. 2, 2 and 9 is 11, and 16 is 27, and that is red, and 23. No, I have it. 2, 11, and 16 is 27, and this is 50. So I don't have the right number here. It's 50. So it is her world, because L is half. B and L is Bell is beautiful, and L means beautiful is same. L is the 12th letter. L is the 12th letter. It is EL is 5 and 12, so it becomes 7 and 17. So it becomes GQ, the God Queen, Guardian Queen, Guard Queen, Alpha Beta, AB. And AB in Jewish, Abba, okay, AB Jewish, Abba, saying Father. So you see how the relationships are speaking about each other. We brought this into the one world. When 1, 3, and 5 together, they create the words ace. So it says ace heaven. Ace heaven. 8 by 6 is 48. 48 by 4 is 192. Times 2 is 384. The Hebrew leap year is 384 days. 2 times 4 times 6 times 8 equals 384. What is the Hebrew leap year? 384 days. Not 20 days more than normal. Don't count any remainders, okay? This is 20 more than 364. 13 times 28 equals 364. 13 moons, 28. You add 20 more days on, you get the Hebrew leap year. Okay. Now, is it 384 or is it 384 and we start the next day? Is it 383 and we start the next day? And that would be the house of the church. You see, the main goal inside the matrix world, the numbered world, the computer world, let's call it the PC world. Let's say we live in the matrix world and it's the PC world, the alternate worlds in which the numbers have to match. You know, like you put two films together, right? The numbers have to match at a certain point. A certain point in the eye, the numbers have to match where the film goes over. And guess what? You're running on the film because it starts at this end, it ends at this end, and it goes through your head, this film. Whatever's repeating in your head, like sounds and things you don't see. At that point that I've designed here, that goes from bigger to smaller, you have to be in that area. So you have to be able to see. So when you see that black cat twice, it's because it's been transferred onto the wheel, just as it goes here. There's something that's different, okay, in between. And the film that's filmed over here, plus what comes over here, this is before your life. The life is passed before your eyes, and onto this side, adding in the action that you do in the life that you're living presently in this world. Because I'm talking this way, I'm not from the other. I just rolled the dice, must be come up a 3, right? Is it that way, or is it that way? So we did all this. We did 71, 72, 73. I want to go and see if I can get this paper back again, back to 72, just to go over a few things one more time. Just to note that when we did 71 and we got to F, where man comes into the day, it would be 6 times 7, 420. 6 by 7, 420. Over here, I'd get 6. Over here, I'd get 12. Minus it, I'd remain 6 over here inside the spirit. Add it, 6 and 12 is 18. I now become the angel. I am also 432. Over here, I'm 426. The difference is 6, the 6th day. This is your 32. This is your doorway. 8 times 4 creates 32. Your doorway, 8 and 4 is Pluto. It is also noted as 1 and 2 because 4 is half of 8 and 4 is 2 times 4 equals to your 8. So we have to understand Raphael in a very long video. I hope you had a coffee. Thank you for watching. Whatever your beverage favorite is, thank you again. Coming to you from the House of Paint, in the early morning. And it's a little bit of off the wall. Thank you for watching.